Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Scooby back at it again with another LolCow TCG deck building video. And with this one, we are actually going to be doing a Scribe deck. So last video we did the St. Patrick's Day cards with LolCows in it. Since those are universal, they can be used in any deck. This time, we're going to be using a Scribe deck, just minus the St. Patrick's Day cards. So let's go ahead and get right into it. No nonsense guide. We're going to go ahead and grab our few cards that we can only have one of. So I am grabbing Raxian Rage, Server Outage, Pot of Mead, Pickle Quest. Let's grab the Pickle Quest. Alright, Pot of Mead, Mr. Medicare, Raxian arrives, Server Outage, and Pickle Quest. These are our 5 cards that we are allowed one of. Very weird, I don't know why they came out like that. Whatever. So, normally, this card can, or not normally, this card can only be played in a Scribe deck. Notice how he is a legendary Scribe with a mortal. When Mr. Medicare, the Forbidden One, enters the field, you send any card on the field to its owner's scrap pile. So that can be a very good card used at a good time. Alright, moving on, let's go ahead and grab our trickery cards and stuff like that. So we're going to start off, let's actually do this one different. Let's grab the 2 vitamin CWCs were allowed, but we're going to grab the volume 1 art. We are going to grab 1 goat wire. Just put that in our hand. Let's see. We're going to move on to a WTF was that, which deals 60 damage to any target character. And this cannot be played in a deck with LolCow, so we're allowed to use it. We'll just need probably one of those. For trap cards, I always like taking the Disorder in the Court. We're going to just take 2 of those. Of course, we can't forget our do-whats. Let's go ahead and just put these out on to the mat. There we go. Where is it? Where is it? We are looking for Too High for Stupid. Actually, I think it's up here, right there. Too High for Stupid. And I'll go over these cards in just a moment. We're just grabbing the trickery cards and stuff like that before we move on to the character cards. 2 Shattered Dreams. Of course, we always need those. 2 Medicare's Judgment. And let me see, where are those? 2 Cowbash. I always like taking Cowbash. There they are. Alrighty, now that we got our magic and trickery cards out on the field, oh, and trap cards, let's go ahead and go over them. So, Vitamin CWC, draw X, and anytime you see an X, that just means however many tapes that you want to spend for it. So, draw X amount of cards, then lose 25 life for each card drawn, or deal 20 damage to any character then. I personally don't use this for the card draw ability. I usually just use it for the damage ability. And this can actually be used to take out things that are hard to reach, such as like a puff that has leap on it, or sorry, yeah, a leap on it and reach. Uh, just basically any characters that have leap on them. This is a quick, surefire way to take them out. Too High for Stupid. This will come in handy later whenever we do our character cards, but you can either draw 1 card if you control a Smoky character, or you can rewind 1 basic tape if you control a Kiwi character. And for 3 tapes, that's not too terrible for a den. Shattered Dreams, each one costing 2 tapes. Draw one card, spin a target character, or scrap a target item. Metaker's Judgment, magic card. This can only be played if you control a scribe. So what that means is as long as you have a scribe on the field, you are allowed to play this card. So if you don't have anything, you aren't allowed to play it yet. So you choose one of the following, gain either 60 life points, or you ban a target character. Of course, we're taking two of those. Goat Wire, of course, always need these. WTF was that? Already went over that one. Disorder in the Court, Booby Trap, prevents all damage that target character deals this turn. A Do What, always need these to negate. And these actually are a good counter against some Goat Wires. And since we are using a Scribe deck, we have the ability to use these Cow Bashes, which you can scrap at any target LolCow as long as your opponent is using a LolCow deck. And for 3 tapes, that's pretty good. Alrighty. Let's see. Are we missing anything? Unfortunately, I wish we could take these Raxian Rages with us, but we can't since we are using a Scribe deck. Let's go ahead and move on to our character cards. These are all of our fun cards. So, Biff wolfed up. We're going to take 3 of these. And what Biff does for us is that every turn, even on our turn or an opponent's turn, we can make a howling sound and gain 10 life points. And whenever you call this out, it immediately has dash. So if you pull this on round 1, on the very first pull of the game, for 1 tape, you can immediately put 30 damage to some life points and also gain 10 life points. So not bad for a 1 tape cost card. And of course, we're going to be taking the maximum we can of these 3. Let's see, what do we want to move on to next? I am looking for there he is, Mr. Robot. We're going to take 3 robots. These are probably my favorite scribe card that we are going to go over today. So on this one, you can spin it and plus spin 2 tapes after this character is out of lag and already on the field. And you can create another copy of this, which gains plus 20 attack for every robot on the field. So that would mean if you spin this and create another one, that 20 attack then turns into 40 attack, not only on this one, but also on the clone. And it can just multiply plus 20 for as many as you can make without them dying. So this can be a pretty powerful card if it's not taken care of. Let's see, what do we want to move on to next? We're going to also tape some of these Kiwi tapes right here. I'm thinking we will do good with 2 of them. And remember, I said earlier, this Too High for Stupid den. Rewind 1 basic tape if you control a Kiwi character, and this is on every one of your turns. Let's see, what else do we want to take? I am thinking we take 2 of the Dark Side Beckies, 2 of these Smokies right here, which, again, draw 1 card if you control a Smoky character. Let's go ahead and put these on the mat. And with Becky for 2 tapes, it's got a 20/40, and whenever this enters the field, you create a puppet token with 20 attack and 20 health. So this can also be a pretty useful card in the early game. Smoky McCracken, 2 tape cost 30/30, and the main ability we would be using is from the Den, and that is to draw 1 card every time that you have one of these out on the field. We are going to take 2 of these base Shaman of Fortunes because they have Leap on them, and characters with Leap can only be attacked or intercepted by characters with Leap or Reach. Let's go ahead and put these 2 over here. Alrighty. Do we want to bring anybody else with us? I'm not sure. Let's look around a little bit. Ooh, you know who we are going to take? Mr. Bazinga Boy right here. We're actually going to take all three of these. And this character essentially is a free character every time you play it, because when it enters the field, you rewind 2 tapes, and it costs 2 tapes to play it. So as long as you got 2 tapes, you're able to play this for free. So this is always just a good scribe to have, and especially with a 40/40 being free, I mean, can't really complain about that. Here we are right here. We're gonna take, I'm thinking, 2 of these liquid Chris's, and what this does is when this enters the field, you can create a copy of any LolCow. So obviously this would be in your opponent's side of the field because we aren't using LolCows, and it will create a copy of it with full health, everything, and it also has leap and dash. So this is a pretty good character to use, especially if your opponent has some pretty powerful locales on the field already, and you're kind of slacking behind. This could be a game changer right here if you're able to get something good off. We're also going to take 2 Smoky McDracks, which for all damage that this guy does, which he actually has a leap, you gain life points equal to the damage that he does. So if he does 40 damage to somebody, you gain 40 life points. Simple enough. Mr. Smoky McDrack. We're going to take 2 American Biff in Londons. These guys have dash on them as well, and with a 2 tape cost, 50 damage is pretty darn good. If this is scrap from anywhere, you may pay 2 tapes and place it on the field. So if this is just sitting in your scrap pile over here, and 3 turns later, you're like, hey, you know what? I want to go ahead and call him back out. You have 2 tapes. Play those 2 tapes, and you're able to call him straight back out from the scrap pile onto the field. Next up, let's see. Do we want to bring this Kiwi? No, you know which Kiwi we want to bring? This Kiwi right here. This is the one that we want. So when Kiwi tapes, the reporter enters the field, rewind up to 3 tapes. So cost 5 tapes. So rewind 3 essentially just costs 2 tapes to play this card. But you just have to make sure that you have 5 tapes to play it. And then once per turn, you can look at the top card of your opponent's deck, and you can put that card back on the top or the bottom of their deck. So this could also be a very game-changing ability if somebody's got that do what up next and they really need it to negate whatever you're about to play, like let's say a goat wire. Sorry about you, it's going straight to the bottom of the deck type deal. So this can be a real game changer if not dealt with. And with 100 health, it may take a little bit to get it off the field, especially because it does 80 damage as well. I'm also thinking we're just gonna take one of these Tommy C. LolCow Slayers. This guy's got cheap shot, so whenever he does damage, he won't take any damage back. If you spin him, the character deals damage equal to its attack to target character with a tape cost of 4 or less. And I believe that I think that's just pretty much the same thing as cheap shot. I'm not sure. Let's see. Do we want to bring anything else? We've already got Bazinga Boy, American Biff. I think that this may be our good Scribe deck right here. So I've personally used a lot of these cards, not all together, but in different types of decks, and I think that bringing all of these together, especially if you're able to get them in a good succession, could really prove that the Scribe decks have more to prove than just, oh, the LolCow decks can come over and just absolutely destroy any Scribe deck. I'm here to tell you, if you're able to get it off, it can happen. Scribe decks can be very powerful and very easily overpower any LolCow deck. So here is one more overview of the entire card lot. So this should be about 47 cards, which is 7 over the minimum. Feel free to add anything else you would think could go with this, and let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions of anything that should be taken out or put in. But as of right now, I think that this is a pretty solid and strong deck. Again, just let me know what you guys think. Appreciate you guys for watching. See you in the next one.